Hello and welcome to SharePoint JSON list formatting training. In this training session, we're going to look at how to apply background colors to rows in your SharePoint list. This allows us to have a little bit of styling, and if we want alternating background colors in rows, it might make it a little bit easier to read. So, if you're ready to get going with JSON formatting, let's begin. Okay, here I am at the SharePointDashboards.com site. The URL to this training is linked in the description below in the video. And in this training, we're going to be doing row backgrounds for a SharePoint list. So we want to have our practice site set up in SharePoint. And I've got my projects list, and we're going to be doing a special view for row formatting. And I'll just click on row formatting in the training, and we can jump right to that. For fields, this is a view formatting template, so this will work with any fields that we have in the list. We don't have to set up any special views. The beginning of this is going to be the header where we specify the view formatting schema. So that's the first step. You don't need to memorize this URL, but we do need this since it's a standard for view formatting in SharePoint. You can click Copy to Editor and you'll see it on the right hand side. The next step, we're going to begin by setting this additional row class property, and we'll begin with something simple, which is the font size. How big do we want the text to appear in the view? So we're going to add this additional row class attribute and then set that font size. And this is how it looks like. I'll go ahead and zoom this in for you. We just added this row, and with view formatting templates, you have the ability to do this additional row class option. So I've set this special class that Microsoft has in their API, which is ms-font. And they have three sizes, well, not three sizes, let's see. They have font size, MI, that's the smallest, then XS for extra small, ML, XL, XXL. You get the idea. Okay, we're going to be doing the M as a medium one in our example. Okay, ready for the next step. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is set the color of the text in our list. So we can go ahead and use this ms-font color class, and then you set whatever color you want. Now, if you want to look up different color options, you can click this blue link and you can see some other options in this list. Specifically, what we're interested in finding is this ms-font color attribute. So if you want to browse the list for more options, make sure you're looking for the classes on that page that match up with that. So not much more that we've added. We just have this additional part to our code now, ms font color. And then we said we want the color of the text to be black. Pretty straightforward. Okay, next step, let's think about background colors and the selected row. So in SharePoint, when you select a row, there's a highlight that occurs, and we can control that too. So if I'm in my SharePoint list, when I hover, you see a background color, and then if I select it, it has a color. By default, it's going to be this light gray, but we can control that. Maybe we want to use a different color, and that's what we're doing in our training. Okay, so we use a special token. It's this @isSelected token, and we'll check to see if the row is selected, it's going to use the background color that we specify. Zoom this in. So this is a bit hard to read because it scrolls from left to right, but we have this if condition check. We're saying if it's selected, then I want it to use a gold background color. This is a light yellow. I want it to show with that background color just for a selected row. If it's not selected, it's just going to ignore that. So we've added this additional check. It'll append this class in that specific case. Alright, moving right along. The next thing is the more important one, which is the row background color and the alternating row background color. There's a special way to designate that by checking using the row index. The row index tells us what row of the view, whether it's row 1, 2, 3, and so on. And we can use a modulus operator to check whether it's an even or odd row. You're going to see how that works. Now, depending on whether it's an even or odd row, I want to apply a different background color. So this is the special class for that. This is the CSS background color. Once again, if you're interested in checking for more color options, you can find them. There's a whole bunch on this page, and you can dig for that. Just make sure you find the matching class, and you'll see other color options listed there. And if I click Show Code, now we can take a look at this. And this kind of scrolls from left to right, so I'll scroll over to show you the part of the code that we're applying here. Okay, so we made an update inside of that if condition. So basically, we're saying in the case that it's not the selected row, then we need to do a check for everything else. So we use this row index, this %2, that means modulus 2, and it's going to check whether or not it's even or odd. This may read a little funky. Don't worry if you're not quite sure. That means it's just basically checking whether it's an even or odd row. So in that check, we've said do this color for even rows, and then for the odd rows do a different color. So we have an alternating row effect. This is something that's popular when you're in an Excel workbook. Same concept. We've got one more step to do, and then we'll have our template all ready to go. Another option here is row border colors. You do have the option to set that, and use a special Microsoft class for that. Same concept as the others. Now we're specifying the border color. And typically we want to just have the same border color in all the rows, so we don't have to do any special if checks or anything for this. Zoom back in one more time. And we're just appending all these classes together in this additional row class attribute. So we're adding multiple classes to get the styling that we want. And there at the bottom of the code, you can see that it's appending this final class, which is for the border bottom color. And we're specifying dark blue text. That's one of our options from the Microsoft colors. That's it. So it kind of scrolls from left to right, but you can scroll in your code editor to check all that out. And at this stage we're ready to go. We can go ahead and click the copy button, and we can head on over to SharePoint. And for your practice, what I recommend is go ahead and create another view. So I've created a view. In order to create another view, you can use that Save View As and just type the name of your view. So I've already created a view called Row Formatting, which I'm going to use for my template. And when we apply a view template, we go to the View selector, and in there we're going to see this option for Format Current View. And then click Advanced Mode, and now I can paste in the code that we set up. There it is. Hit Save, and there you see the color styling. Also, if you'll notice, if I check an item, it's got the gold highlight color. You might remember that was part of our training. We showed that we can find out whether or not it's the selected row. And then also we've got the alternating row colors. And you can try different things with this. You should try different things with this. Fiddle around with the different settings, and you can change the look however you want. So I've got this M. Let's see what happens if I change that to L. There you go. You see that the text color, text size got a little bit bigger. And so you can also swap in different colors and just see how that will look with your SharePoint list. So a lot of different options there, especially with the colors. So you can check out this color reference to find other color classes there, and you can switch that out and use some different ones from what we used at our starting point. Alright, so that concludes our training for view formatting for rows. So this is something where you can adjust it a lot of different ways. This is a great way to style your SharePoint list and adjust it, make it look a little bit different, give it a unique look and feel, something your users may appreciate more than just the plain vanilla out of the box SharePoint row formatting. So I hope you found that useful, and I look forward to joining you in our next SharePoint JSON formatting.